The American Banjo Museum in Bricktown is indeed a national treasure, Ron. Why? Well, first of all, when you come in, you will see something you can't see anywhere else in the world. The collection here mirrors American history from the mid-1600s to the present day. Let's start with the first floor.
We take it through the minstrel era, through the era when people played like classical guitar on banjo. Right up to the jazz age in the 1920s and 30s, the banjo was like the electric guitar of the day. It was the instrument associated with American pop music. And guys who played the banjo were like rock stars. It was the most incredible time in banjo history.
Like history itself, there were ups and downs, of course. You'll see the famous banjo-picking and grinning pickers, some wild and crazy people. Some of them are just green with envy at playing the banjo, and others, well, some are not so famous but equally important. The banjo today has its largest audience worldwide through Irish and Celtic music, and you can see the evolution of this amazing instrument over 370 years just on the first floor alone. And then you go upstairs.
The second floor is the shrine of banjos. The majority of our instruments are on the second floor. They represent primarily the Jazz Age collection of banjos, and we've got over 200 of those instruments on display. A time before sound film, before television, you had to go in person and see music as well as hear it. And the instruments in our collection really reflect that visual dynamic.
And dynamic is right. I mean, have you really ever seen a banjo up close? Here you can see the intricate, detailed, craftful work. The carvings, some of which reflect a roaring style or one that can take the reins and run away with an elegant trot. Check out the diamonds and rhinestones and other precious stones and the masterful and skillful true artwork involved. Now remember, in the vaudeville days with a theater seating 2,000 or 3,000 people, the visual element of the banjo had to reach all the way to the back row. And now it can all be seen right here in Oklahoma.
If we were to have put this museum in Nashville or Branson, people would immediately assume it was going to be a country banjo museum. If we were to put it in New Orleans, they would think it's a jazz banjo museum. So one of the reasons we stayed in Oklahoma City is it doesn't portray any sort of a musical identity, and we could tell the entire story of the banjo from slave times right to modern times without catering to any particular style of music.
In Bricktown, I'm Dean O'Lally.